Alright, well, today we're gonna play Bubsy 3D, and it's a little bit impatient. Um, so, we're starting our second episode of Gaming Archaeology. Last time we looked at a forgotten gem on the SNES called Uniracers. Um, this game won't have any of those traits in common except forgotten. Definitely forgotten. Now some of you might be asking the question, well, didn't we skip a couple Bubsy games? And the answer to that question is yes, we absolutely did, and I will be getting to those. But I was testing these games out and I ran across this one. Oh boy. This deserves mention, I guess. I don't think it deserves to be remembered exactly. I think that after this episode, you can go ahead and continue to forget that this game ever existed. I guess we'll just get right into it. So you've probably noticed this game looks kind of ugly. You're really noticing it now, I'm sure.
So, you wanna be a video game star? For starters, grab all the items you see. There's plenty of them in each level. And if you get enough of them, you'll be in for some surprises.
Oh, yeah, and he talks more in this one. Let's avoid those from now on, actually. I mean, it's just tutorial crap, so whatever. So yeah, this game, what do I say? Look at it. Look at it. Look, this is how it controls. Look, you've got like tank controls, and what's over here? Clams. This is new. But okay. This is Bubsy 3D. It's not good. So yeah, so you have these fascinating little tank controls. The game's idea of camera control is you just kind of wheel around when you're on the ground, and when you jump, you just strafe instead. You can't like turn mid-jump, as you would typically expect in most games. This isn't like most games though.
Now, if you lose a Bubsy, you'll start over here instead of at the beginning of the level. Ain't life grand?
I don't... someone published this. These walls have no textures. These floors have no... they're just random colored... Look at this. There's just untextured holes in the floor. This is like their idea of like variety. What is this? This is like someone's like their first effort at making like a 3D object. Look at that. This one like piece of a stem has like 5 polygons. That this is Bubsy 3D, and it's not good. And I feel like my brain is repeatedly rebooting. I don't know if there's much point in like playing this game like to progress in it. Like, it all just kind of seems to be the same bland crap everywhere. So I guess this Let's Play is going to be more of just a catalog of this game's failures, let's say. You'll notice that the enemies largely don't move. They're still a threat because the controls are terrible, and what I guess I get hit by a bullet. This is absolutely the worst. I honestly I can't actually hear what he's saying, but that's okay because I don't care. And I don't know what this power-up does. Look at this. I'm just trying to pick up these atoms. Like, I can't do it because like you can't just like edge over. Like, I like go forward, I go backwards. Like, just turning and picking up something that's like next to you is like this incredibly awkward. Like, look at this. I honestly feel like it's like there's games where you like they must have just like published this before it was done. Like, this feels like it was published like halfway through development. Like, there's no environments basically. Like, they're just kind of the bare suggestion of like this world. Like, maybe they just thought like this was so early in 3D, like they thought that people wouldn't notice. Like, I should look up when this was published. Like, if this was published before like Mario 64, it might have been. I actually don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, it actually doesn't matter, because every single 3D game, like, you know, like, take some of the ones that haven't aged so well. You know, a lot of the ones from PS1 and 64. I can't deal with like Final Fantasy VII's character models with like the Popeye arms. Like, forget the Popeye arms. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. I don't have anything to say to that. What happened? I'm only like 7 minutes into this LP. I figured I'd be like halfway through it. I can't really it's like, oh yeah, water does that to you. In case you didn't know. So it's good that you didn't miss that important educational detail. It's almost like the opposite of Uniracers, where like Uniracers is like, it's a very simple game and there's not a lot of to comment on. Here it's like there's too much, but all I can do is just point to it, and I'm like, what? Like, there's no need for me to say anything. You can just look at this and realize, like, like, what happened here? Like, who are did anyone, like, who worked on this game, like, work on anything else afterwards? Did they all, like, leave the industry in shame? Like, I wouldn't be able to put my name on this. What? I just don't, I don't understand. Like, you have to imagine that, like, they must have had, like, oh, that's too bad. That's, oh well. They must have, like, no budget, no time, no experience. Like, this looks like literally, like, seriously someone's first attempt at 3D, at 3D modeling, which it might have been. Like, the first Bubsy games, they're not good, but um, they're not hideous. Wow, that is just straight up textureless, just like default texture. You know, they look all right. Um, they're not the most visually interesting, but the sprites, you know, they're fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with them, you know, from a visual standpoint. I think it's all right. Um, but like, it's like they just took the exact same pixel artists, the sprite artists for those games, and like, okay, well, you can make games, like you can make art for like um, 2D games, so like that should be good enough to make a game, to make like 3D models, right? Um, like this is the work of not just someone who isn't good at making games, but like they just weren't prepared to deal with 3D. Like it combines all the incompetence of Bubsy with like all of the not knowing what you're doing that everyone had in the 3D era, like the very start, except like, you know, like Mario, pretty much. Oh my god. Honestly, I'd like to know, if I should like find out if they're like interviews, cause like you have to, you know, like people talk about this. It's like, oh, how did they let this go through? Like, didn't the testers catch this? You know, I worked as a game tester for a short time, and it's like people aren't stupid. Like when you've made a piece of crap, or you know, in my case, when you're testing a piece of crap, um, you know, um, people catch that stuff. It doesn't get fixed. Like, I'm sure developers are aware when they're releasing just a piece of garbage and they just don't have enough time, they don't have the tools or the experience. Like, what is it like? What is it like, honestly, to like look at this? You're like playing this. You're like looking at it and you're like, this is gonna have my name on it. Oh my god. I honestly, I feel bad for them, man. Like, whoever was like pushing this out the door, should be ashamed of themselves. Like, this was published to a console. Like, you know, like people joke about like the Nintendo seal of quality and stuff. Like, oh, you know, Nintendo didn't stop all these bad games from happening, but it's like you have to imagine that like it's meant to at least put a stop to stuff like this, where it's just like you're submitting like your first draft. Oh, and I died, I guess. Yeah, I'm dead. Honestly, I don't know where I'm going either. I guess there's probably arrows. There are giant floating arrows, I can confirm that. Because there's no sense of like navigation or like location in space. I guess this has turned out to be kind of a different LP than normal. Like, I almost can't make fun of it. Like, I don't need to make fun of it. Like, I'm showing it to you. I don't need to add anything to that. Like, wow. I mean, you're seeing this. It's, honest to God, I can't believe that this was allowed to go through, and I honestly think that, like, just whoever pushed this out the door is like, 3D's new, people aren't gonna know any better. Like, that's the only excuse, because did this make any money? It can't have, right? I mean, I guess if you have, like, no budget it's easy to technically make a profit as long as you can sucker at least one person into paying for it. Oh yeah, I have to get through that electric guy. Yeah, you watching that? Look at that. Hold on. You can't look at it because the camera doesn't work. What is... How am I supposed to get around this thing? It's just like moving at random. Is it... Wait, is it supposed to be like a wall? No? That's weird. You're not telling me I can't reach. You're messing with me. Really? I don't know why I should be surprised by anything in this game, but I can't reach. I can't reach the platform. Does this even need to be half an hour? I mean, you've seen it. Like, this is it. There's not much more to Bubsy 3D than what you're seeing before you. I'm not gonna do another episode of this. I mean, what would be the point? Like, it feels terrible to play. Like, it's not fun. Not even like marginally. Just like, oh, I'm playing a video game. There's just nothing to enjoy about it. And like, I feel like I'm pushing on the buttons too hard, cause like it feels like there's so much weight to even get the character moving. It's like Bubsy's like carrying like cannonballs in his pockets or something. Just the inertia is like so excessive, and like I literally have no idea what, like I'm following the arrows, and I think I followed the arrows to here, and that, wait, no, this is a different place. How are you supposed to... No. I'm not... Was it... What? Is this supposed to be like a fan? The arrow's pointing straight up. So I assume... No? Am I not pressing a button? Did I like miss something? Is there something here that I'm not? They really do like those FMVs, don't they? It's just like that old FMV craze, except all of them are completely garbage, more so than usual. So I guess I'm not going to beat this level, because I can't figure out how to operate the fan, I guess? Jesus Christ. Holy crap. Oh my god. You know, like... Oh, there's a teleporter, I think. What does that do? Oh, do you... This is like what, every time you jump, the camera's like... Whoop. I guess to like give you more platforming precision, but it doesn't work. It just feels like my camera is being controlled by a frickin' kangaroo. Oh, that got me the rocket, but I don't care, cause like this game's pretense at collectibles is completely hollow and empty. the way I came? I think it is. So I think we've like just about seen like what this level is about. Oh, man. I guess I'll try the fan one more time. At this point, like if I just drop dead, I don't really see much point in like belaboring the point. Honestly, I'm not even kidding when I say like there are certain games that I just don't feel I don't believe that they exist, like that they were actually like professionally published. One of them is Illbleed, if you know anything about that. But Illbleed is terrible in an interesting way. A way that makes you think that probably it was made by aliens. But there are redeeming qualities just in how weird it is. Like, what? Okay, that was different. You know, you're gonna play a game like that, a game that's just so weird. You're just gonna see something. You're gonna see many things you've never seen before. Cause, like, holy crap. This is like legitimately. It's just like a student's like demo for like a school project. Like, oh yeah, for your first attempt at a game, you know, I think this is worth solid B minus. But I'm just going in circles at this point. I don't know what to do with the fans. Wait, what was how did I do that? What the? Okay. Lucky me. I can keep playing Bubsy 3D. Alright. Let's beat this level at least, now that I know how. What is up with those electric enemies? Like, there's just nothing to, like, figure out, like, how to dodge it. It's just, like, moving backwards. What? That's an instant kill? You're kidding me. I can't believe it, but I actually do want to finish this level, at least. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm expecting. Okay, that was weird. But like, I don't know, I guess I have a certain amount of investment now. Like, I've gotten this far. I know what to do. It's like I can't turn away. I can't turn away knowing that I have the tools in my hand, and no, fuck this. That's enough. I think you've gotten the point. You've seen enough of me running around this level. Yeah. This one, I don't know. This game has like no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Like the one reason that you'd want to play it, the one reason I'm playing it is just to marvel at how completely bankrupt of any kind of quality there is. Like, but that's it. That's its only like as like a bad game. Like that's its only quality is just kind of realizing. Is this like? Okay. Just kind of realizing how unbelievably bad this is. I guess I won. Like, all these levels look pretty much the same at this point. Um, the game controls like garbage. It's not fun. It's seriously like the ugliest game on the PS1. Um, and for like early 3D console era, that is saying quite a lot. Because the PS1 had some butt ugly games in it. Um, but I'm hard pressed to think of one that's worse than this. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna look through my list, figure out what else I'm gonna play next time for gaming archaeology. But you know what? Whatever it is, I promise you, um, it's definitely going to be better than this. It, God help me, if I find a game worse than Bubsy 3D, I don't even know how I'm gonna cope. So I'm gonna figure out like what's next. Um, Probably not more Bubsy because like I can't even stand to look at his stupid face right now. Um, Maybe something good. I'll see about getting something good. So, you know what? I'll catch you there.